Well, there are still some Democrats supporting Alvin Bragg, including House Democratic Congressman Adriano Espaillat. He's leading a rally of New York State lawmakers yesterday in support of District Attorney Bragg and his probe of Donald Trump. He's doing this after Republicans demanded information about the investigation, and it appears Bragg's case may be falling apart. The congressman says, let the process continue, and no one is above the law, not even the president. Well, on Saturday, the chairs of the Judiciary, Oversight, and Administration Committees in Congress sent a letter to Bragg's office setting a March 31st deadline to get documents from the DA's office. They want to know about possible federal funding and maybe some collusion involved in this investigation, and they want Bragg to testify, although that testimony would come in private.
And also supporting District Attorney Bragg is Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman. He went on MSNBC yesterday slamming what he says are MAGA Republicans and disgraced New York Governor Andrew Cuomo for recent comments where Cuomo blasted the Manhattan DA. Take a listen.
Andrew Cuomo is carrying water for MAGA Republicans right now, undermining the investigation of DA Bragg, going after President Biden on how the president has handled the border, even though there's been no change in border policy since the president has taken office.
Well, Bragg's grand jury not meeting today. They are scheduled to meet again tomorrow, and it's not clear if they'll return, actually, to the Manhattan courthouse. It's always kind of a guessing game, but the panel has been meeting on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And joining us now to discuss the case is an attorney for former President Trump, Lindsey Halligan. Lindsey, great to have you with us.
Good to be here.
What is it like for you to hear some of these Democrats say, oh, let the process play out, and Andrew Cuomo is carrying the water for MAGA Republicans, when there are obviously real problems with this case?
Yeah, I think they just are trying to keep the case alive, but it looks like the case is dead. If not, it should be. Bragg needs to wrap this case up, stop focusing on someone who doesn't even live in New York City, and focus on protecting those living in New York City from the violent crime going on there. You can't twist and torture the law to fit the person like Bragg is trying to do.
Lindsey, want to get your take on the grand jury hearing from another witness yesterday. It seemed last week that Costello's testimony may have caused them to have to call more witnesses because he went after Bragg's star witness Michael Cohen. And yesterday, David Pecker, the former publisher of the National Enquirer supermarket tabloid, was in front of the grand jury. Do you think this helps the former president's case?
It's unclear, but I think David Pecker coming back to testify a second time, I think he first testified in late January, but this is his second time testifying. I think now the grand jury has heard from 9 witnesses based on public reporting. And I think David Pecker coming back just demonstrates the chaos inside the Manhattan DA's office. The case is weak. I think everyone knows that. And I think it really comes down to who else can get 20,000 or more people to go to Waco, Texas for a 90-minute speech. Who can even get 2,000 people to go watch them speak for 90 minutes? That's what this is all about. They hate to acknowledge that President Trump can draw a crowd. He's created a patriotic movement, and it seems that some people just can't stand that.
Even if this case does fall apart, there's still going to be more. I mean, you still have the situation in Georgia, which Democrats want to use that maybe as their next opportunity to try and pin something on Donald Trump. I would imagine we're going to continue to see other events like this grand jury, like the grand jury in Georgia. They're going to try to concoct something else between now and the election.
Yeah, can you imagine any other person that could withstand all of this scrutiny? They're really trying to take him down, but he's stronger than all of them combined, in my opinion, and so are his supporters. So the goal is the White House in 2024. It's just unfortunate we're still over a year away from that, but we're behind him all the way.
All right. Well, Lindsey, thank you for being with us today. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.